Voters in New Hampshire are heading to the polls today to cast their primary vote, and 22 News anchor Taylor Knight is live in Manchester with a preview of the primary.
Yes, the polls have officially opened here in New Hampshire. We are inside of a polling place in Manchester right now, and there's been a steady flow of people coming in to vote so far this morning. Polls have only been open for about a half hour now, and this day has been months, if not years, in the making for some of these Democratic candidates. There are 33 Democrats on the ballot in New Hampshire. Bernie Sanders has the lead according to the most recent polls, and Pete Buttigieg is coming off a big win in Iowa. As these Democrats did their final campaigning here in New Hampshire on Monday, President Trump was also here holding a rally of his own. We spoke to one man from Palmer who traveled up here to Manchester for President Trump's rally on Monday night. We asked him if he thought any of the Democratic candidates have a shot at beating the president in the general election.
No, but I hate to say never. We know how that turned out in 2016, but no, I don't think so.
Back in 2016, Hillary Clinton beat President Trump here in New Hampshire, and this is a state that usually votes Republican. It's also a state that's historically very important in primary elections. Candidates who do poorly here in New Hampshire frequently drop out, while those who do well become serious contenders for the nomination. And even though the primary is today, some voters here are still undecided. I spoke with some of those voters who have a tough decision to make by the end of the day. New Hampshire voters are using every bit of time they have before the polls open to decide who will be getting their vote in the primary election on Tuesday. For some, they've already narrowed down the field of 33 Democrats and 17 Republicans.
Yeah, I'm pretty 99% sure I have.
I'm pretty much down to 2.
For others, the clock is ticking to make a final decision.
It's still kind of an open ballot. I can tell you that after seeing the last 4 years, I'm not a heavy Trump supporter. But believe it or not, depending on the other candidates, I'm not ruling them out.
And one voter who lives in Auburn, New Hampshire, said she only made her decision after watching the debate on Friday night.
Got to know a little bit about what the candidates are for, and what they want to do, for our country. I thought that it was very streamlined, especially about the issues that are in our state right now, such as mental health, long-term care, and the drug epidemic.
Voters say there are a few things that could influence their choices.
Electability and ideas.
If some number comes out and it's like Andrew Yang's going to do phenomenally tomorrow, then I'd love to help push to the finish line.
The polls here will be open until 7 o'clock tonight. After that, 22 News will be tracking the results of the New Hampshire primary, and we'll bring you those on air, online at wwlp.com, and on the 22 News mobile app. In Manchester, Taylor Knight, 22 News.